all right, so let's do our having fun segments with Jamie Richards. A lot of people will just go right to this timestamp. So the first, these are just a bunch of segments that we're going to put out on TikTok and Shorts and Reels and things like that.
Okay.
So just
All right.
try to tell me the first thing that hits your brain when you hear the question. First
Uh-oh.
one's called "Did You Know?" Can you tell us something your fans may not know about you?
Well, I don't know. I'm trying to think. I guess that I'm a little bit goofier than I appear to be. In person, I'm pretty, pretty serious guy. But in private, I'm pretty goofy, and I like to have a great time. Maybe that. I mean, I'm trying to get that way more on stage too. Maybe that's part of it. I was going to say something about one time I had a date with John Wayne's daughter. It was really one of my big story there.
There you
Marissa
go.
Wayne. Yeah. So
That's
that was pretty neat. I
yeah.
got to go out. I got to go out with dinner with her a couple of times. She came to Nashville and was trying to sing, and she couldn't sing a lick. But don't tell her. Okay. Anyway, but she, she was a beautiful girl, and a friend of mine named Jim Rushing, who was a great songwriter, had many big hits.
Yep.
He Hog Jump Bar Association, and thanks he had a bunch of Ricky Skaggs stuff. But anyway, he invited me to go out, so him and his wife and me and Marissa would go out once in a while. She was in town for a couple months, so that's pretty neat.
Yeah, no pressure there, right?
No, I told my mother. I told my mother. I said, "You ain't gonna believe who I went out to dinner with tonight." And I told her. She goes, "Oh yeah, you need to marry her."
Yeah, damn straight.
That woman ain't going to marry me.
Oh my gosh! All right, next one's called Mount Rushmore. Who is on your Mount Rushmore of country artists?
Well, Merle Haggard. I get how many people we allowed? Four.
Four. Yep, four.
Four. Yeah, Merle Haggard, typical George Jones, Lefty Frizzell possibly too.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
I also love Earl Thomas Conley. We all put him up there in a big group. Uh,
He's got a
and
name more than four inbound.
yeah, those four would do pretty well. I love Keith Whitley.
Yeah, great foursome. All right, next segment's called What the Heck. This is just 5 rapid fire questions that I'm going to pull from a list that I have a list of 50. I'm just going to pull randomly, and you just tell me the first thing that pops into your brain. Number 1, what are you the most afraid of?
Skydiving.
Yeah, because you can only make a mistake there once, right?
That's right. I don't love flying, but I fly a lot, and I'm kind of over that.
Yeah, the fall doesn't kill you; it's a sudden stop, right?
Yeah, sudden stop. Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
Number 2, what word do you have a hard time pronouncing?
Oh, a lot of them nowadays. The older I'm getting, I'm trying to think of this one particular word. Just particular, I did pretty good then.
Yeah, that impressed me. To be fair.
Yeah. All right, we'll go with particular, even though I'm nailing it right.
You nailed it twice. Look at you. All right, number 3. What is no big deal for most people but torture to you?
Oh. Well, go on the doctor. How's that?
I'm there with
that
you.
May be torture.
I think that's another as you get older thing, right? Like,
yeah, right.
Cause the news can just be so much worse the older you get, I feel. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Number 4, what is the funniest thing you ever wore?
That I ever wore?
Yeah.
Like on stage?
Anywhere.
Well, one time I remember I think it was in, where was I? I was in Denison, Texas, and there was this guy out there with the craziest cowboy shirt I've ever seen in my life. It had like flames and all that crazy colors, and it was just crazy looking. And I was about half drunk, and I traded shirts with him, and on stage, so that was really bad for me. Anyway, so and I took my shirt off, and he took his shirt off, and I put his on. He put mine on, and we went. I guess that. And the next day, I had that shirt laying over there in the hotel room, like, what in the world was wrong? What in the heck? But anyway, I remember that.
You should have wrote a song about that. That would have been great.
I should have.
Yeah.
I should have.
All right. Last one, number 5. What world record do you think you have a shot at breaking?
Possibly. Did you hear that?
No, I didn't. Say it again.
I said probably one of the worst golfers in the world. I could probably break that record.
The
The
highest
most,
score in golf?
yeah, the most quadruple bogeys in one round or
I mean,
something.
to be fair, it would be easy to cheat to get that record, though. You know what I mean? Just play
True.
bad. I mean, that's all there is
Yeah.
to it. Just play
Well,
bad. All right,
I
that
do
was
that when I'm
that
not
was
trying to.
that was what the heck. Next segment's called One Artist. Who is one artist that you wish the whole world knew about?
Oh boy. One artist. Well, I'm going back a little while, but I think Larry Cordell, who has done pretty well as a bluegrasser, but he's a guy that I have so much respect for. He wrote a lot of big songs, but he also had a unique voice, and I don't think he ever got his due either as an artist. You know.
Yeah, he was a bluegrass artist, right?
Yeah, he was bluegrass.
Yeah.
Lonesome Standard Time was his band.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, but he's funny. He's great. I mean, he's just a good guy. Good
Cool.
dude. Good people go a long way in my book.
Yeah, I like that.
Good people. Yeah.
All right, next segment's called Fly on the Wall. Can you name a room or rooms that you would, from history, any time in history, that you would love to have been a fly on the wall for?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess for me, I was thinking about when I used to write at Curb Publishing. They had a building with a studio in it right there across the street from the publishing company room, and they had the executives over there in the studio room. A couple of big vice president Curb and all this kind of stuff over there, and they would bring in these artists, and they would be over there singing. You know, all a couple of girls or a guy or a group or whatever. And I would always want to be, because I would bring up once in a while, and I had one woman that worked there as A&R. She was pretty high on trying to help me get my record deal to go through. But I would love to have been a fly on the wall to hear the conversations between the head honchos of Curb Records about me. Just to hear
That would be
hear what
great.
they were saying. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, next one. What's the biggest lesson you've ever learned from music?
Biggest lesson?
Yeah.
Honestly, I think humility. I think humility is very important. I've probably always been humble somewhat, but I think being happy where you're at uh, is a hard pill to swallow sometimes if you feel like maybe you should have done more, could have done more with a little bit of help. But I think, we're all just we're not here very long. Just have a good time and be happy where you're at. I think the music business has taught me that.
Yeah, I think that's a great answer too, because it can teach you the opposite too. It can teach you to be
Oh yeah.
egotistical. The same
Oh yeah.
thing. Crazy. Yeah, good stuff. Next one's called Moment of Gravity, and this one is just looking back. It's a reflection answer, or a question rather. Can you kind of look
Okay.
back in your life and kind of see when things started changing for you and putting you on the path you're on now?
Yeah, I would say that must have been. I was playing bars since I was 17 years old in Oklahoma, and all of a sudden at 26, I thought would be a great time. I was around 26 years old when I moved, and I think that was the time I realized I had a band and all, and when I left, they continued to play. Wade Hayes was in my band at that point, the
Wow.
singer Wade Hayes,
Yeah.
guitar player, and he was about 6, 7 years younger than me. He was about 20, 19, 20 at the time, but great guitar picker. I mean, I always played great. His dad was named Don, and Don had a band all around. We went to the same school, me and Wade and his dad, and all at Bethel School there outside of Bethel Acres, outside of Shawnee. So I knew that family real well, and Wade come and live with me, for a couple of years when he working on. He got a deal like that. I mean, it just took no time.
Just great
And,
vocals, man. Great vocals.
Yeah, he could sing and he could
Yeah.
play, and he was young kid. I mean, I was young too. I mean, hell, I'd love to be about 27, 8 now. Maybe
Right.
not. Maybe 30. maybe
Dude,
37 or 8.
we'd be dangerous with what we know, man.
I know it. I know it. Ain't that true?
Good stuff. What are the three things you're most grateful for?
I think I'm really grateful to have parents that I had. Both of them were they didn't try to hold me back from anything I ever wanted to do. And I think that was because I wasn't really a wild child. I got a little wilder later, but I wasn't a wild child at that point in that days. I was playing venues when I was 17 years old. In Oklahoma, you get away with it back in the day, and had my own band. And they didn't ever, that's one thing I'm very grateful for. The second thing, I've had a lot of great friends in my life, and my friends, I got people call me almost every day just checking in with me and see. I think friendships and it seemed like this record has brought so many of my friends back into my life. Jason Deere, some of these people that I was so close to that I hadn't seen in forever. And now we're talking on the phone all because of this record. It brought us all back together. I recorded some of their music. It's all like here we are again. And then I'm grateful for my wife. That's the three things.
Yeah, good stuff, man. Life is circular in that way, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. For sure.
It's so cool, and I feel like the older you get, the more you feel like the things that you started with are the things that you end with, right?
Yeah. Well, it's really weird. Everything about this record I'm cutting has made me feel something's meant to be for this record. I can't know what it is. I would like to be younger, but hopefully age ain't going to stop me. I mean, I can still jump around, do what I need to do, but hopefully, because something's going to happen with this record. I don't know. I can't tell you what, but I know I've never felt like this with another project I've ever had. And I know something's going to happen. It's either going to be, there's something going to happen. I can't tell you what.
That's momentous, man. As a fan of yours and having listened to your music for so long and seen and heard how good it has been already, for you to feel like there's something momentous about to occur with this record, I think people should really take notice of that, because if you think that, then wow, I can't even imagine what's about to hit us.
There's been more time spent on this record and really more money on this record than I've ever spent by far. And I think it's just all together. It's just flowing so well. The material's strong, very strong. My singing they got my vocals sounding like I like it to hear on this record. I wouldn't change anything about it. And, before I was just putting out music and trying to get rolling. But I mean, I think people, if they can't hear something in this record, they're not looking very hard, because it's going to be a strong record.
I can't wait to hear it, man. Awesome stuff. Okay, last question. Probably the hardest one for you to answer, though, perhaps. The name of the segment is "Who Do You Think You Are?" Who is Jamie Richards?
Well, I've always felt like that I could spill some shoes, in the country music field with some of these guys that had came and passed on or retired or whatever. I always felt like I could step up to the mic and do about anything I wanted to, really vocally, and not a bad songwriter. So I think that's who I am. I think I felt that, and I think I have a lot of people that feel that way. I could always use a million more. But yeah, I think I've got some that believe it, and hopefully we can get some more believers.